So how long do you think Damien's been on the job at this point? Are he and Bruce getting along, or is there still tension there?
There's certainly tension there, and I think one of the cool parts of this film is you get to see a little bit of the duality of the characters. So you see him, certainly the snarky kind of douchebag kid who thinks he's all that, and he's got some fighting skills. But you also see this vulnerability, and you see him wanting the approval of his dad. And Troy Baker's Batman in this is so brooding and so serious that I think we were able to really play up the comedy of that, of seeing this snarky kid that's trying so hard to impress people and just is not. So actually my favorite parts in the movie is his wimpier, more vulnerable moments where, he tries to battle the turtles and then the turtles overcome him. But ultimately, I think he is successful in this film at getting that approval from Batman, and I think you sort of see that in the final scene.
Well, the turtles are actually closer to his age than Batman's age.
They are.
Is there a sense of sort of competitiveness because they're around the same age?
Well, certainly, yes, initially in the film. I think this character is actually a helpful character because it bridges the world of the kind of comedy-inspired Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the more brooding, serious world of Batman and the Batman villains. And so I think Robin's kind of got a little bit of both of those in this movie. He certainly has those serious sides, but he also has that comedy, and I think a lot of that comedy comes out because he is closer in age, and they're all a bunch of kids. And so that was a really fun aspect of this project to play with, for sure.
I'm sure he likes pizza too. There can be a pizza party in there.
Well, and there's plenty, and I think that's what's so satisfying about this. Like, we all know all of these iconic characters, but it's really cool to see them in the same world. It's cool to see the Ninja Turtles in the Batcave. It's cool to see Batman battling Shredder. It's cool to see Robin enjoying a slice of pizza with Donatello. That's a fun visual for comic book fans, and I think that's one of the exciting things about this project is, the animation is super 80s, 90s 2D, and it's nostalgic. It just gives you waves of nostalgia watching it, and I think it's awesome. It's just one giant fight scene.
Does Damien get to butt heads with Raphael at all?
A little bit, yeah, definitely. I think you'll see what's so fun about this film is you pretty much get a great moment between every character, even if it's just a small moment. And so Robin certainly has a moment with each of the turtles individually, Batman does, and then each of the Batman villains kind of tussle with our gang of heroes once they sort of come together. So you've got a little bit of Bane, you've got some Poison Ivy, you've got a little bit more Joker. So it's just so fun to see all of these villains embody the same universe. And I hope that they keep making these because it's a blast. It's ultimately a big celebration of characters we know and love.
What's your fantasy crossover?
Somebody asked me that back there, and the first weird thing that came to mind, this is weird, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters. Kind of cool to see Slimer and Shredder in the same thing.
You could also have a lot of really good comedy inherent in there.
Yeah, well, and I always, I'm a nostalgia nerd, so I always think what can I combine from the 80s and 90s with stuff that's still relevant now?
Yeah.
I don't know. The first thing that came to mind was that could be kind of cool. I don't know why, but it'd be cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just curious the process for creating. What's the process like for creating your voices as Damien?
Sure. So, certainly there's a responsibility to do it in a way that is consistent with a character that everybody already knows. Then you add on sort of the youth factor to it. He's a 10-year-old, so you kind of come up here and you want to be convincingly 10 years old, but he's also kind of a badass, so you kind of get a little more gravelly, and you kind of have to show he's got that sort of that little douchebag side, and then the more vulnerable side, and you get a little squeakier in the voice, please get off me, don't hurt me. So it's fun showing those two different sides in the same character, and I think you'll see both those sides in this film. Cool. You guys good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I just can't wait to watch it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy
This
it.
is a big score, gentlemen. It's the bat! Fire! Fire! Do I look like a friggin' bat to you? Huh?
I've read rumors about a supernatural bat creature in Gotham, but I assumed it was an urban legend.
Ninja Turtles.
We came to Gotham to stop Shredder and the Foot Clan.
The man who'll help